What is your intuition telling you? Have you looked into the crystal ball?
No, I haven't at all. I think it will be a very demanding game. Emotionally, it will be tough. The players need to understand what is at stake. And I guess, when you want to qualify to the World Cup, sometimes your journey is smooth without hitches. Sometimes you have to play some of these must-win encounters. And tonight the Black Stars have one of those on their hands. So it will be a tough encounter. I hope the team comes through and get the right result. A win will be very important. The best minimum will be avoiding defeat, not to complicate anything. But it will be a demanding game. That's when I think about the game. I just have a feeling that it will be quite tasking. I do hope the boys come through, but it will be one of those nights where they will have to give a lot to get the result they want today.
Absolutely, we would like to give a lot. We are still counting now. So, like I said, but on the Sporty drive, we like to take it a bit easy and have a good time. So, we want to put you in the mood. There's some Shatawale blasting on the speakers. Very soon, people will start dancing. Eustace Nyako is looking around. I don't know what he's looking for. What are you looking for?
I'm just thinking about what Addo is going to do. I told you my game is my mind is filled with everything concerning the game is what I'm thinking about. I haven't slept last night
because of Black Stars.
Of course, because
with
that performance they gave us in Chad, you could always say that you will be in limbo. You don't know what might happen with this Black Star squad. Are they going to show up? What kind of Black Star is going to show up? And that's the major question. It's a big headache for us. And in as much as a lot of Ghanaians pretend that we aren't concerned about the Black Stars, we all know that there are over 30 million coaches in this land. We definitely want to go to the World Cup. It's absolutely imperative that we make it to the World Cup. And I think everything hinges strongly on what happens this evening at the stadium.
Absolutely. So in other games, Guinea-Bissau, Djibouti, that's at 4 o'clock. Libya take on Eswatini. Morocco, they've qualified already, but they still went to beat Zambia 2-0.
Well, they won 2-0 today, and that's a sign of a team that wants to win every game, a sign of a team that doesn't want to let up. They may have qualified, but they still want to respect the qualifying series and give it their best. So they go onto the road today and they pick up Zambia. So I'm not surprised there. If you read quotes attributed to Walid Regragui, he was even asked about Ashraf Hakimi and whether or not he would give Hakimi rest. He said the player doesn't even want to get any rest. They may have qualified, but the point is there are still games to play, very important games that will help them build chemistry and build form ahead of the AFCON that they will host later in the year. So for Morocco, I'm not surprised at all. They may have qualified, yes, but they still want to give 100% to this qualifying series.
Absolutely. So Morocco going into Lusaka and biting the copper bullets and making sure that they win that particular one. Mozambique, they beat Botswana by 2-0. At 4 o'clock, Guinea take on Algeria. Uganda versus Somalia has just kicked off. Equatorial Guinea, they were beaten by Tunisia. No surprises there, Eustace.
Yeah, Equatorial Guinea, I expected them to. It was a bit strange because going into this game, that game, Tunisia had not conceded a goal in the qualifying series. I found that pretty strange. And I was thinking this was Equatorial Guinea's time to actually give themselves a chance. They had 10 points going into this game. A win would have taken them to 13 points, which would have put them in second place, where they would have moved above Namibia and be one of the best second-ranked teams in the qualifying series. But unfortunately, that game was in Malabo. They failed to deliver, and Tunisia went away with a late victory. 0 that one ended. No surprises there. Tunisia was always the favorite, but I thought that with qualification almost secure in the bag, they were going to take their foot off the pedal a bit. But it's 13 goals scored, 0 conceded for Tunisia, a total of 22 points after 8 matches, and is absolutely sealed for them. They are going to the World Cup.
Absolutely. Looking at them. Chad, Madagascar has just kicked off as well. So I'm sure Ghanaians will be keeping a keen eye on that one. Even though the people to be looking out for are Comoros and perhaps Mali, who Ghana do face today at the Accra Sports Stadium. But we'll take a casual look at that as well. Group I is where our eyes are today, right here on Sporty FM. Reason why we are out here at the Accra Sports Stadium. Nathan Kwao The quintessential Nathan Kwao, the top-notch Nathan Kwao is here, smiling and anticipating what looks like will be a very, very, very tough game for the Black Stars of Ghana. But Nathan, there have been a lot of issues in and around the team. People have questioned Otto Addo's tactical prowess with regards to managing this team. In fact, and in his last press conference, he spoke about knowing that the players were tired, but then again, his hands were tied. That's how come. Are you one that believes Otto Addo is the one that should be taking us to the promised land?
Wow, that's a tough question. This is what I will say. I've seen him manage this team, and most often than not, I've watched the team play, and I've had serious questions, especially on the tactical side. Even Otto Addo's responses to situations in game. The opponents are trying things he's not responding to. The team being too easy to beat. The team conceding similar types of goals all through the runs, especially when you look at the AFCON qualifying run, for example. The Black Stars were conceding very similar type of goals.
That was shambolic. They went 6 games
Yes,
and then qualified and never won a game.
And didn't win any. It was really sad and was really, really poor for a team of this standing and reputation. And then we thought they had gotten better because they beat Mali away from home, and then they started off the qualifiers well. Then they got themselves the wins the last time the team met. So when I look at Otto Addo, I think that there are times when you look at the wins and the performances. Yes, he's devised good plans, but he has to convince us over a sustained period, because this team can't seem to win 3 matches in a row. This team has an extended unbeaten run in a very long time. If you look at Algeria, for example, at the time they won the AFCON, they had chained together a long line of wins prior to the AFCON, post the AFCON, and you want to see that all the time. You want to see your national team go out there and get wins in chains, and we haven't done that under Otto Addo. So I will say that, listen, he's got a lot to prove. Tonight's game is one of those days where he has to find something and get this team to cross the line. When the qualifying series is done in terms of the World Cup, I don't know what the discussion will be concerning Otto Addo and whether or not he's a fit. The AFCON qualifiers would have provided another federation, another association, the chance to get rid of their coach, assuming they had gone 6 games without a win. We didn't do that. We kept him. We cited all kinds of reasons.
And we rather change the supporting cast.
Yes, so I don't know if that is an indictment on himself or the back room, but he has this qualifiers to save his reputation. If Ghana goes over the line, it buys him possibly credits in the bank, but long term, I think he would have to improve. That's what I will say. If he's the one to stay, then he has to improve. And I think that the campaign for him to stay starts tonight. Any result other than one that puts Ghana in a position to qualify starts to put his own perception in the minds of Ghanaians into a very, very tight place. And I don't know what the handlers will do, but if he doesn't get Ghanaians a good result tonight, you can imagine the heat will be out on him.
Eustace, you belong to that school of thought as well that said, listen, I mean, Otto Addo proud to taking this Black Stars job. They had no experience running a team. I mean, trainer, scout, etc. The results haven't been swashbuckling. They've not been glittering. Are you of the school of thought that, listen, he's not the man to take us forward if we want to achieve anything for our national team? Or perhaps you feel that he's been quite good enough and we should keep him on?
Well, I think it's quite obvious to everybody that Otto Addo is not a Pep Guardiola. He's not a Jose Mourinho. He's not in that category. He's not a world-class coach.
He's not Hassan Shahata.
No. Hassan Shahata gave Egypt three AFCONs back to back.
Yeah.
And you are talking a certain quality of coaches. A man who knows his team, who tweaks it at the right moment. But then I'm sure that even with the system he has decided to play, and I find it strange that every single match that the Black Stars have to play that is away from home or a difficult match at home, he goes for a double pivot. This Black Star team is very, very fluid, and I'm sure a lot of people have a lot of perceptions on how they can set up on the field. But Otto Addo seems to have a plan A and a plan B. Anything beyond that. And you see, when you want to go to the World Cup and be playing the likes of, if we go to the World Cup, we'll be put in a group with seeded teams.
But bear in mind, he's been to the World Cup before. and we all saw the output.
And he left immediately after. I think the biggest error was to have brought him back, because the results have proven otherwise. You can't have a 30 win rate. It's 33%, right?
Yeah,
am I right?
because he has 5 wins, 5 draws,
So
and
that's
5
five
losses.
over
But that's
15.
still better than Amorim. Amorim has 24.1.
Tuado and Amorim are cousins. I mean, we can understand that they are cousins, but here's the case where we are concerned for our nation. Because a 33% win rate, you want to go to the World Cup, you play against teams seeded in Port A, Port B. We are going to have probably a Uruguay, a Spain. This is Chad. I mean, Chad. You need leadership on the pitch. You need leadership outside of the pitch. And I think when you look at that last game at N'Djamena, I always said that the only element you can't team doesn't have talent. You can't tell me they are so difficult to coach. I think that the team is very devoid of leadership, because back then we had the PS, the John Minsons, we had players that were vocal, that would take charge. The coach didn't have to roll up instructions from the bench. But Otto has a lot on his hands, because I mean, after 15 matches, I don't think we can say clearly that this is our strongest 11, this is our strongest formation, and we are going into a year if we manage to qualify. I'm even speaking on the assumption that we are able to make it, and there are calls that if we are able to make it, we should find a more experienced gaffer to lead us on the world stage. We look so disjointed in Qatar, and in 2025, which is 3 years down the line, it doesn't look much better. So Kosi, I think this is a very, very difficult situation for Otto. A lot of us doubt his credentials, but you see, the only way to silence your doubters is by victories, smashing victories. 4-0, 5-0 is happening continuously, and then we'll know that, you know, maybe I'm thinking for you. But I mean, so far from what we've seen, I do have my reservations, I have my doubts, and I'm sure a lot of Ghanaians do as well.
But Mr. Q, you look at the squad in total. I mean, the pool of players Ghana's Otto has had at his disposal. I mean, are we so quality? Do we have enough quality in there to be stamping our authority on at least African football?
That's an interesting question. I think that when you look at some of the most critical parts of the team that can cause the kind of impact you want, I think that's where we are lacking the most, and that comes in the scoring department. It's not that we don't have players who can't score, but you want to have that one player who leads the line and ensures that they can put the ball at the back of them. I think we are really lacking in terms of a proper standout number 9, right? The centre forward who can score on a regular basis. In the absence of that, I think we've got attackers who know how to create, who are goal threats, but we have helping them bring their best abilities to the table. Mo Kudus, for example. Sorry. Some people argue that it's the way we use Mo Kudus, and maybe the fact that we are not giving him the best of instructions. Some people say he's giving too much freedom as a player when he plays for the national team. Some people say we should give more opportunities to Joseph Pencil. Some people say Antoine Semenyo should lead the line. Some people argue for Iñaki Williams. When you look at all these unresolved questions, it is why we are struggling to build a team that is dominant. Right? If you look at what others have, Morocco, for example, they've got a very recognizable team. Look at who leads the line. It's Youssef Nesri, a super striker, somebody we know who's brilliant in the air. Look at the rest of the team and how it picks itself. I think that the Black Stars do have the elements of putting together a young team that can stay for years and that can develop that chemistry and profile and strength. Maybe it is the technical side we are lacking. I just get the sense we still haven't figured out how to blend this crop and get the best out of them, right? Maybe it's Otto Addo's fault. Maybe he hasn't figured out what his best options are, what his best shape is, what's the best way to deploy players. Maybe there are better players out there we haven't even looked at, but I just have a feeling this team is punching 2 levels below its weight, and I think that it will have to get better. It's either the manager that's changed or something, but when you look at this team, I think has potential. Somebody needs to get that team to perform better. Earlier I was having a conversation with a colleague downstairs, and the person made the point that maybe if you hand this team to another coach, a better coach, a more experienced coach, we might be getting a better out of them. It's a school of thought that I find interesting. Will we want to do it? I don't know, but I think there's something in there for us to consider. Just maybe because I look at this crop, you can't tell me this crop is a bad crop. This crop has potential. This crop has potential.
You've got Inaki Williams in there. You've got Semenyo turning up in the English Premier League. You've got Thomas Partey. You've got Mohamed Kudus.
I mean, of course,
Mohamed Salisu.
Yeah,
top
I think that maybe if you look at areas that can be looked at, maybe the centre back pairing there needs to be a conversation around that. A midfield mix, who does what in terms of that. But I think when you take away those two areas, largely, I think in an attacking sense, this team has got potential, and any good coach should be able to get a tune out of these guys.
Absolutely. Talking about tunes, Eustace, do you believe we have a tactical identity at all? Why did you laugh?
I'm sorry, I'm laughing at that because you need a gaffer to get that effect, a tactical identity. We don't have it. He just decides to go with a double pivot every time we are going away from home. When we are home against a difficult team, let me play two men in holding midfield. Doesn't matter the quality of the men. I was absolutely disappointed when I saw Abdul Salih Samed and Elisha Wusu. I mean, I don't need to be a technical man to tell that productivity is going to be low. I mean, if there was backcourting like in basketball and football, I mean, those two people will be penalized for backcourting all day long because they go sideways and backwards. They don't have what it takes to take that risk and push that forward ball to link up with the attack. And you found Mohamed Kudus having to drop deep so many times to come and retrieve the ball and try and carry it across. So, I mean, those two people made it virtually a 10-verse situation for us because they were virtually doing the same thing, destroying and not putting us on the front foot. And you see, like, let me just digress a bit to the Man City team of last season. Erling Haaland, Phil Foden, guys who have had brilliant seasons before, but with the midfield, I think it brings everything to dormancy. You need, when Thomas Partey played against Chad, it was a single pivot. We saw him right here, controlling the game vocally, verbally. The passes were on point. He would occasionally lift that overhead through pass. There was nothing like that in the away game. One goal and we tried to shield it. You need a midfield, an engine room that works. And that's where everything is orchestrated. Without Thomas Partey, I keep saying that when Partey retires from this Black Star team, the earlier we find a replacement, the better. Because every time he's not played, we've looked so flat. Hopefully today Thomas Partey will start and we'll be able to, orchestrate something. But there's no tactical identity. I think to a large extent, Addo depends on individual brilliance, individual moments of brilliance from certain players and relies on their quality. But as a close-knit unit, I think this team lacks seriously. And then again, I have to point to a technical direction. The coach must take responsibility. He takes all the glory. And I remember when we qualified against Nigeria to the Qatar 2022 World Cup, he was constantly on the presses after the game, and he was talking about the tactical dynamics of the game and how he was able to switch. When it goes well, he glory. So when things are not going well, I'm sorry, but we have to give him the blame.
Yeah, so we have to give him the blame. Eustace is putting that squarely on the laps of Otto Addo, Ghana's German born. Was he German born or he was raised in Germany?
Yeah, he was born in Germany.
Yeah, he was born in Germany. Ghanaian coach. So the crowd is very, very gradually thickening. People are making their way into the Accra Sports Stadium for this crucial game. But Nathan, Ghana managed to get a win in Bamako. We should show you that this Mali team are very beatable.
They are, but between June 2024 and today, things are very different. There's a new coach in charge. Eric Shell left, went to Nigeria. It's Tom Saintfiet who's here. Ever since Tom Saintfiet took charge, things have been very different for the Malian team. They've been solid. They've been tough to beat. I think they haven't lost on the road. They are
yet to lose.
They've experienced only one loss, which was in a friendly to DRC. So things have changed. So we need to be reminded of that. It doesn't mean they are not indestructible. As I said, they've lost to DRC in a friendly. But the Black Stars will have to understand the occasion today. The Malians are here. They want to get a result. Yes, they understand the occasion. They want to help their World Cup bid. But the pressure is on the Black Stars to respond, one, to that draw with Chad, and to all the results that have been played between then and now. Madagascar getting something, and all the other results. So it's important. It's important that the team will have to recognize the occasion today. But of course, Mali are beat up. Which team isn't? It will now come to Addo and his players. The right plan, the right attitude, the ability to execute well, the ability to even craft a proper game plan. All these things will have to come together for the Black Stars to get what they need against Mali tonight.
Absolutely. So you look at this group, Group I. Now we've got I. The other teams in the group, Central African Republic, Comoros, and Chad as well. So Ghana beat Mali, like I said, in Bamako. 2-1, that one ended. But Eustace, I mean, the biggest threats in this group look like they'll be Comoros. And Comoros have had Ghana on the ropes for a while. Do you believe they can launch a sustained attack to the end if Ghana falters here?
Well, I don't like your hypothesis. First of all, I don't want to believe Ghana will falter. But, well, if it happens, Ghana already have 16 points. Comoros have 15, have played a game more. So I think the worst case scenario for Ghana is to get a draw. If we get a draw, we'll still be on top of this group, but with no more margins for error. Comoros have had a great run, scored 11 goals, conceded 10. Lies second in the group, 15 points after 8 games. Ghana need to win. This victory is non-negotiable. If we had beaten Chad, we would have had the opportunity. Maybe we could have drawn this game and we would have been fine. But as things stand, we need to win because Mali has 12 points. If they win here at Accra Sports Stadium, they come on to 15 points. That is not good news for us because we would then have Comoros and Mali both on 15 points, breathing steadily down our necks with 16 points. So, I mean, this is a non-negotiable victory. I think Comoros have done the most. They have 15 points. If we win, we comfortably elevate ourselves to 19 points and create a buffer between ourselves and the other teams. So this is going to, I mean, we are out of Otto, Addo and the team, and we are unhappy we didn't win, but it's not a train wreck. It's not a sailed ship yet. We are still in charge of this group. We still have our own destiny in our hands, and I believe that the Comoros challenge, the Mali challenge, will end tonight. But Comoros will have to just stifle them with a victory against Mali. They'll know that their charge will probably end up at nothing.
Absolutely. So Ghana has to lay down the marker here at the Accra Sports Stadium. The Black Stars come up against Mali, and it looks like a game that they cannot afford to falter in. The best, or the only result Ghana and Ghanaians, I believe, would accept is a win against the Malians. It's not the people who did it, Naira Mali's fans, so they are also called Malians. But this one be the people from Bamako. But Mr. Q, I mean, Mali are coming, you said that there's a lot different about this team. And we know about their physicality. Something that the Black Stars struggled with against Chad. Do you believe they've watched that and realized that we can get rifle Ghana if we decide to impose ourselves on them?
Well, I mean, it's a weapon. It's a tool. You mentioned how it was a bit of a challenge against Chad. And it's part of the Malians and their approach. It's a key part of what they want to do. Especially, when they are playing away from home on a surface like this against a team like Ghana that needs to win, it will be a very solid weapon to employ. Be physical, ruffle players up, be intimidating. What you want is to frustrate the home team as long as possible, keep yourself in the game. And I think that's what the Malians are trying to do. In addition to their physicality, we know the ability on the ball. We know what they can do. We saw that in the last game, they won 3-0. So they do have the ability to be physical and stuff. Thompson Fit, their manager or their head coach, solid guy, knows his African football really well. And there's a slight personal bit there for him after having been overlooked for the Blacks in terms of the Black Stars job, and Otto Addo getting chosen instead of him. So he may want to prove a point today and they will employ every single trick in the book. Be very solid in defense, be expressive on the ball when they must, play on the break, and then be physical, because they know that it's a way of disturbing the Black Stars and putting them out of rhythm in a very important game that will be played today.
Absolutely, so that's what the Malians will be looking to do, not the fans of Naira Mali, but the Malian national football. The music is blazing over the speakers at the Accra Sports Stadium. We are warming up for what promises to be a crucial game between the Black Stars of Ghana and Mali. The boys are in pensive mood, they are tense, waiting for what promises to be a thrilling encounter. And the supporters union, they're all here. If you've not made your way to the Accra Sports Stadium yet, kindly do. So we can see the officials from Mali, they are inspecting the pitch. The officials from Mali are kindly inspecting the pitch. You can see the technical people, Eustace, on the pitch. The people don't come play.
Well, their coach has said that he doesn't really care about pitches. He's not concerned.
That was a dig at Otto. We all know.
Yeah, that he's not. So I'm wondering why they are inspecting the. Doesn't mind. He's not a coach who complains about the kind of pitch they are to play on, and I believe that they will come here with a plan. I mean, they wouldn't have forgotten that loss to the Black Stars in Bamako, and that's not the first time. I remember in one of our previous World Cup qualifiers, Kojua Samuel scored a brilliant goal in Bamako as well.
Yeah.
So we've beaten them in Bamako. I mean, it will be a very good hunting ground for the Black Stars, but then they'll look to return the favor. They are back here. They are checking out the pitch, and the strength of the Malians is their physicality. I would say that our guys must be ready for a very physical battle, because these guys won't roll over and give it to us. They will fight tooth and nail to make sure they give us. If we had to go to the World Cup, they will make sure that they give us a run for our money. They will make us sweat for it. I mean, they know they are not favorites. The pressure lies on the Black Stars from the first minute of the game. So, I mean, hopefully the pitch doesn't derail any of the two teams. Hopefully we see the best of football. But most importantly, like I said earlier, I'm saying again for the 100th time, this is a non-negotiable victory for the Black Stars. We must win, regardless. We can decide what to do with our coach afterwards, but we must win. If the players have to, assume the leadership roles on the pitch, we must win, Kosi.
So simple message from Eustace to the Black Stars of Ghana. We must win. Time check 4:25. We're still live on the Sporty Drive. 4:25. We are live on the Sporty Drive. Mr. Q, Charlie, bring on the battle, man. Bring on the battle.
I like that.
Give us me and thank you.
I like that. I like that.
No, Moku battle. Yeah.
Oh, then I have to go at Meuga.
Freestyle.
Too.
Freestyle. Let's try. My producer, we are doing freestyle. I'll pick a word. Then you give me a rhyme. 2 bars. Are you ready?
No.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
We are ready.
Black Stars.
Oneta can give you some solid Black Stars.
Black Stars.
You want me to go first?
Track Stars. Stack Stars.
Black Stars. Today, erase the dark stars. No, erase the dark scars.
Dark Scars.
Because these days in Ghana, joy has been scarce. Don't put up a fuss.
Quite interesting.
If you had told us, I would have thought about a few rhyming words. I know they have a potential rapper.
The essence is to see how quick you can think.
Yeah. So I'll bring up a word.
Oh no, I'm not a freestyler. Oh. The freestyle, I know they try.
That was say right now, Charlie. Them, I'll be the king of rap.
No, Nathan the rule. As for Nathan, Nathan is a professional.
So let it be known that I called Nathan Kwao to a rap battle and he declined.
No, this is an amateur rap battle. Unaware.
But we are still live on the Sporty Drive. We are making all the fun out of it. But we are preparing for this Black Stars game. If you're listening to us on Sporty 106.1 FM, remember that we are the voice of sport. Charlie, we do sport like nobody has ever done it before, man. Have a good time, and we're here. Now you go through, the likes of Chad and Madagascar. Madagascar will feel they have a chance. But look at the stature of Ghana, Eustace. Should we be struggling in a group like this. Our stature as a footballing nation.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know who gave us that status as a footballing nation, but clearly the game has evolved. The rest of the world has caught up with us. I've always said on different platforms that in the 90s, in the 80s, in the 70s, before we could get away with brilliant performances because we had an exceptional amount of talent. We had the Addo to Skellies. You go back to the 70s, you have Mohamed Polos. At every given time, we had players that were talented. But of course, our footballing ecosystem has failed to evolve. Look at what the Senegalese are doing. I mean, once upon a time, who would have thought that we would be battling that with Comoros, Madagascar, and the likes? I mean, these games were routine 4-0 victories for us. But then again, we've been left behind. I mean, we haven't gone on the train. We haven't upgraded our facilities. We haven't paid attention to youth football. And so, therefore, the talent we are producing is good. But then you have other nations creating systems and ecosystems and atmospheres that breed success. So the Moroccans are doing brilliantly with women's football. I mean, to get all the way to the women's AFCON final, you look at the number of youth competitions they are in. Even their run at the last FIFA World Cup in Qatar, going to the semi-final. There's no way anybody's telling us that this is a coincidence. It's not a coincidence. It's a result of a system that has been brewed to produce success. So, of course, I mean, we are battling with these teams, and we are not a top 3 team in Africa or a top 5 team in Africa because you look at our position on the FIFA ranking, and it tells the whole story. I mean, look at our local league. Look at our youth teams. We are getting banned for MRI. We are getting... I mean, we have not evolved. The game has gotten scientific. And even nations like Serbia. I was watching the Swiss team. I mean, these countries are paying attention to their youth ranks. And that is what is feeding them. If they are not even necessarily as talented, because they are given the necessary attention in the foundation stages, they grow up to be decent footballers, create decent systems, decent teams that get results. So we are paying for the for lack of attention we've given to our football. And I keep saying that if we don't address the problem, in the next 10 years, we will further decline down the footballing ladder. I do believe that, honestly, because the Black Stars seems to be the only thing we are paying attention to. Yes, of course, that's the national team. But how do we feed the future Black Stars? How do we feed them? I mean, what's with under 17?
Can you name any under 17 player
Currently,
part of the under 17 squad?
No. How are you even sure that they are under, because they are come to competition after they are just one of the first team at the African Games.
The U20s.
It was brilliant from what I saw. Now, fast forward a few months later, what happened to that team? It was altered with. I mean, people got their players in because they thought it was automatic. I mean, they were playing nice football anyway. And we saw what they did at the African
under 20
African Championships. So you could tell clearly that we don't maintain systems. We don't know how to. Most of those boys that played at the African Games, I thought there was a lot of talent there. We discard them. I mean, if you don't have constituency, your player won't play in the national team. At all levels, we are doing this. The Meteors used to go to the Olympics and make us proud. Where are they now? Are we paying attention to them? We have how many national teams? How many national teams? I thought I heard the sports minister say we had like 30. Was it 30 national teams? The number of
I can't seem to remember.
Yeah, but I think the Honorable Kofi Adams said something like that. But at every level, we are not given the attention required. It gets to the Black Stars, and we have to cough out millions of dollars to take them to tournaments, to go and get a particular result. We need to understand that you have to grow the system. The Black Stars is just the last stage of the production. So, I mean, Kosi, the earlier we pay attention to the fact that we need to give the local league some quality. Let's create competition. Let's create opportunities for the local-based players, or the home-based players, as some people would like to say. But the Black Stars have to produce. I mean, all these dynamics put aside, they have to produce on this night. They have to make sure they give us a victory. We'll come back to growing the Black Stars later on. But tonight it's it's Ghana 2, Mali 0. And each time I give a better. At first I said we must win. Now I say it's 2 goals to Ghana. Maybe in the spirit I'll feel something else.
Absolutely. You said when GSS and you are writing social studies exam, if in doubt, the answers are external factors, internal factors, lack of technical know-how. It could answer every question in social studies. But Charlie, there are very legitimate questions that Nathan we're still looking for answers for. And one of them that you used to raise was our infrastructure per se.
Yeah.
I mean, the Accra Sports Stadium where we are right now is not in the greatest of shapes, and we can all see it. Is it time that we push that agenda for a new national stadium?
That is an interesting question. I think so. I mean, when you look at all the grounds we have, Accra and Lacy Point and Cape Coast and all over, not a lot of the grounds we have in Ghana are very modern. Not a lot of them are modern. And if anybody is asking why I say so, just look at the checklist CAF gives up when we have to play qualifiers. A lot of the things that CAF and FIFA will ask for are things that are now very basic in your modern ground. A safe zone, proper dressing rooms with heaters and showers and blah, blah, blah. A VAR room. We are at the Accra Sports Stadium, and we are not too sure if there will be VAR in the qualifying series. We are not sure.
There was makeshift VAR in the last World Cup qualifier, the playoffs.
You know,
but there's none here.
Yes,
we don't
there's
have
none here.
Yeah.
When you look at the media tribune, for example, look at where the journalists are. So when we think about football in the year 2020 and we look at our national facilities, we can clearly see that they are lacking. They are way behind. They don't have the modern features. They don't have the traits of the modern football ground. So we need to think about that. I think that long term, or maybe we need to start having the conversation now. We need to get ourselves grounds that are fit for purpose. The last time Ghana hosted a tournament in terms of a wide or a tournament of a high profile was a 2008 AFCON. After that, we haven't. All the ones we've hosted have been,
I think we co-hosted
2 grade
one.
or B grade, C grade tournaments. Right? We've done CAF U15, right? That was at the Legon Stadium.
Legon Stadium, yeah.
We've done the African Games. That doesn't register so highly on the calendar of sports on the continent. Yes, it is great and everything. But the bottom line is this. If we ever wanted to host a competition now, we need to ask ourselves, do we have the grounds to do so? Do we have the modern facilities? Do we have stadia that can take on the demand of modern football? I doubt. I really, really, really doubt. So it's something the sports minister, after settling all these issues concerning the World Cup and or whether we'll qualify or not, it is a conversation he must start to have. We need to start having grounds that are modern, that are world standard, and that can be used for the highest levels of matches. For example, now that clubs are playing in the Confed Cup and the CAF Champions League, look at how they are scrambling to find a place. So Atramano have to play in Accra. Even that, once they make the group stage, that's it. They need to find an upgraded venue. So we need to find venues that can meet the standard and venues that are useful in the year 2025 if we really want to do football and do it to the highest level.
Absolutely. Nathan has put a few points out, but are we going to listen to these? We all want to see our football grow. You can see from the enthusiasm right here as well. 4:36. The game is at 7. But I can also feel the euphoria already. It shows that we love our football, but we just need to do it right. But in between time, 1% in his prediction, he says Ghana 1, Mali 3.
Ghana 1,
Mali 3. He said if the miracle happens, then it will be Ghana 3, Mali 1.
Really? Ghana 1, Mali 3.
That's what Raymond Yamado is saying.
What's Raymond drinking?
Well,
Can somebody check on Raymond?
It is a prediction, isn't it?
Well, I don't seem to agree with that, but you can't rubbish Raymond's predictions too, because Raymond sometimes gets it right. But I'm hoping he's wrong about this one this time. I'm really hoping he's wrong about this. It's just derailed my thought process. 3-1, because it's not possible. If it's 3-1, it should be to Ghana.
But you see, when you look at Alliance and that Tom, they've looked at very good. They are they're feeling confident. Winning their last game and the Black Stars drawing against Chad, it will fill them with confidence, right? So if Raymond says the Malians are here to win, Thompson, the Malian coach, has said it that they are here to win. We saw the Black Stars play the AFCON qualifiers. They did not get a win, of course. In terms of the World Cup qualifier, better, but I think comes from a place of concern, and all of us do have concern in relation to the Black Stars. We've played against Chad, a team all through the games they've played, especially under Otto Addo. So yes, Raymond's prediction may sound a little wild, but I think it comes from the fact that this team still has issues, and this team will have to play above itself. And let's not forget, in the last 3 years, Ghana has not really fared well in the high-stakes games. Look at the AFCON, with 2 AFCONs back-to-back. The team didn't win a group game. The one in Cote d'Ivoire was an absolute disaster. Seconds to go, 2-0 up against Mozambique, and that's it. We throw it away. So this team's mentality has not been the strongest, but maybe tonight the players recognize the occasion and get themselves what they need. I hope they understand what this game means to them as players and the technical team, and they come up and give us a performance and a result to match.
Absolutely, and Nathan hit the nail right on the head. And it's getting very animated here at the Accra Sports Stadium. It shows you that, listen, our football is our passion. It is what fuels us. We're still live on the Sporty Drive, on Sporty 106.1 on your megahertz. We'll be taking a lot more reactions. Blackgate is here. Blackgate is here. Blackgate is here. Charlie, what's up?
Charlie, Addo senior.
Everything, Irie.
Charlie, your Black Star just say inside.
Yeah, I mean, as a Togolese, I have to support my neighboring country.
Who made you a Togolese?
My descendants are from Togo.
they are from Ngotie.
Palime. Yeah, they are from Ngotie,
But he has a Ghana card.
Present day Ile Ife in Nigeria.
Pardon?
Present day Ile Ife in
Nigeria.
You
see, he's my Togolese brother. Blackgate, I mean, 436 here at the Accra Sports Stadium. A lot of people are filing into the stadium for what is one of the biggest games for the Black Stars in this calendar. What are your expectations going into this game?
Well, because you make no mistake, today feels like a big day in the history of Ghana football. But even before you make your way into the stadium, America, Canada, and Mexico. If you look at the Black Stars, Comoros yesterday won their game by 2-0. Black Stars start the day on top of the league log by 1 point difference ahead of the Comoros guys. And you look at Madagascar, they'll be playing against Chad, and if they win, they'll be on par with Ghana. And for Ghana to have a proper grip on this table, they have to win, and it is a must win. It's a direct 6-pointer. A win for Ghana here today, marks the end of Malian's ambition to qualify for the World Cup. A defeat for Ghana basically will blow Group I very wide open. So the ramifications are clear. The writings are on the wall right before kickoff, and the Black Stars players, Ghana as a country, and the technical handlers of the national team know exactly what is at stake. It doesn't get bigger than this one.
So I'm channeling your inner team psychologist. You are in that dressing room with these boys at this moment in time. What are you going to tell them?
Well, because see, professional footballers, these are the games that make and unmake them, and these are the games that they live for. In games like this, you just have to go out there and win. You don't need anybody to give you any extra motivation. You've got to create your own intrinsic motivation within you to approach the game with the right mental fortitude, focus, determination over the course of 90 minutes. The Black Stars know very well that they can't play like the way they play against Chad. They have to play on the front foot, they have to create their own luck, and they have to take the game by the scruff of the neck right from the blast of the whistle. For Coach Otto Addo, a lot depends on his team selection today. Personally, I will be very surprised to see a player like Inaki Williams start this game. Inaki has had his loyalty bonus. Enough is enough. He doesn't need to start this game.
What is it with Inaki?
No, let me tell you. Let me land. Based on the horror show he gave us in Chad, Inaki has no moral right to start this game. And you can't have a player like
Inaki didn't have enough of the ball.
No, listen.
He wasn't fed enough times.
The few times that the ball got to Inaki couldn't even just control and do the same.
No, but he doesn't need the ball a few times.
Listen, let me tell you one thing.
Flag it. See,
you can't have a player like Suleimana, the Atlanta winger, on the bench, and we play Inaki, who can't even hack the byline, pick ball, run direct at defender, and even draw set pieces of fouls out of them.
Do you think he's
Inaki has been shambolic. He has been poor. He had nothing extra to offer this Black Stars in this game.
Adaptation to the team?
I will be extremely surprised to see Inaki making this starting 11 this evening here. Trust me, if there is any player that deserves to be dropped, the first name to be dropped on the Black Stars list has to be Inaki Williams. For obvious reasons. Antoine Semenyo, a player of his caliber, should have been doing better with the kind of chances he continued missing in the World Cup qualifier. Mind you, in Comoros, that game that we lost, Inaki and Antoine Semenyo fluffed, glaring, goals up. At the end of the day, it came back to haunt the Black Stars. Comoros beat us in that game. A game we shouldn't be losing. Against Chad, at 1-0, Ghana had enough decent big chances to go ahead and get the cushion second goal. But look at the kind of chances that Antoine Semenyo missed in that game. It is unpardonable. And I've been saying this right from the last 5 matches for the Black Stars. There is no single Ghanaian who have any moral right to ever go anywhere to say anything silly about Jordan and without this black team who have been a toothless team.
You have taken Inaki and you have used his head on the floor. But Blackgate, is it because he's not been able to adapt to playing for the Ghana national team? Is there a cultural shock? Because ever since he's been a part of the Black Stars, there's been but he's not a bad player.
Inaki in the Black Stars jersey is a bad player. I'm choosing my words
in
carefully.
the Black Stars jersey.
Inaki in the Black Stars jersey has been a bad player, without mincing words. The caliber of player he is for his European club, Atletico Bilbao, he doesn't replicate same. Inaki has been to the World Cup. Inaki has played in AFCON qualifiers. He has played in the World Cup qualifiers. The last time we qualified to play in Qatar.
So breaking news, Chad have just taken the lead against Madagascar.
90 minutes is key.
Yeah, but it's almost half time.
Okay, 90 minutes is key. Nathan will tell you 45 minutes of football.
But this is a very interesting result.
It's a huge period for you to turn over any result.
But to be fair, their coach knows Madagascar pretty well. He knows Madagascar pretty well.
Let me tell you, Inaki is not helping. In matches like this, it's not a game you go playing with your team selection. We are the business end of the competition. 3 matches to go. Mind you, the Black Stars have not qualified for the upcoming AFCON. This is the World Cup. They've given us horror shows in the past. And a lot of Ghanaians are skeptical about the kind of Black Stars that will turn out this evening here to play against Mali. The Black Stars lost against Angola for the first time in about 24-25 years at the Kumasi Sports Stadium. The Black Stars lost against Niger here at the Accra Sports Stadium in the last group match of the AFCON qualifiers. It's all about the mental fortitude of the players, how disciplined they are, how in the mood in which they will be to approach this game. This game is a game that they can't lose focus for a minute because the Malians are not the caliber, they are not the kind of team that will come and play. They know themselves that they have to win today to stand any realistic chance of qualifying to the World Cup. So it's a direct 6-pointer, and the Black Stars got to start playing on the front foot and play consistently over the course of 90 minutes, Mr. Kosifiaka.
Wow. Blackgate has come with a gusto as usual. Controversial statement, man.
Yeah, but I think he's singling out Iñaki too much, because I think the whole team as a unit. I mean, you can just exempt Jordan, but I don't think they've played to the best of their ability. And it's not just Iñaki Williams. I wanted to ask him about the supply lines to Iñaki Williams. I mean, it's the same with all the.
What else does an experienced player?
Listen.
See. Let me tell you this. We saw Kevin.
Yes.
He hit the ground running. We saw Hans Edu Sape. I'm coming. He hit the ground running. We saw Ricardo, the centre back.
Yes.
He hit the ground running.
Team. We don't even know our first 11. Give me the first 11.
I am not.
Jose will give me a different first 11. Nathan will give me a different first 11. But when you're talking about Kevin Prince Boateng, we knew the starting. We knew he was just slow. This is like going to play centre back.
I'm coming.
Yeah.
Let me tell you one thing. For you to earn a call up to the Black Stars, you are one of the best players in position. That's the reason why you Black Stars.
Why is Elisha Owusu? Can you tell me they are the best we have?
I am not the technical handler of the Black Stars.
I mean,
as a journalist, I look at the team. If Otto and his team have a criteria to invite players to the Black Stars, that means that they've put the players against each other, and to them, these are the finest Ghanaian footballers that they can assemble for us. Fine. The moment you walk through the door of the Black Stars, you know that you are supposed to play for your country, wearing your heart on your sleeve. You give out everything for the badge, which is the Ghana logo with the football. But with all due respect, you will say I'm picking up on Iñaki Williams. But if you look at the current Black Stars players, if you are to just pick out about 5 players that you expect consistent performances from them in terms of experience and exposure, look at me and tell me that Iñaki Williams will not be among those 5 players based on his pedigree.
You see, based on pedigree,
we
saw Antoine Semenyo against Liverpool, and we saw Antoine Semenyo against Chad.
I am putting you on this.
No, but that's what I'm saying.
Iñaki, captain of Athletic Bilbao.
Yes.
He has played more than 200 to 250 matches in the Spanish La Liga.
It depends on the system you put him in.
Inaki has to be one of our finest players, whether you like it or not.
Yeah, but then let's build a system that will accommodate him.
So if,
a system that's
look,
Mohamed Kudus was going all the way to go and collect the ball to progress.
Today is not the time to experiment. Okay?
Yes.
So if today is not a game to experiment.
Yes. Today
is a 6-pointer. Drawing or losing this game will have it huge ramifications on the chances of the Black Stars in terms of their chance of qualifying to the World Cup. If the system that we are playing doesn't fit Inaki,
without Partey, we don't have a system.
Relegate him to the bench. At least in N'Djamena, we saw Sulemana. He spent about 7 to 10 minutes on the pitch.
He was very productive.
Tell me, with all due respect, don't you think he deserves to start?
Bro, he does deserve to start. I understand that. But then when he starts and you play Elisha and Salis again, you will get a very stunted performance.
Elisha is suspended for this game.
Yes, I know.
I expect Thomas Partey to start Osibo.
Kudus was going all the way to the holding because he was starved of possession. He had to drop him to come and get. Charlie, the team not be good like that. Those times you get AC Muntari and put KP Boateng on top, he gonna perform.
So times and seasons, or seasons and times.
Yes. So now what we have, I mean, individual quality, we can't question that, but we don't have a manager that can piece the jigsaw together into a system that works for us.
In my life, I'm tired of talking about 2 coaches.
Yes.
Otto and Mikel Arteta. I leave them to do their job, okay? The players got to understand that they have a job to do. If my boss or those who invited me here gave me this mic, they gave it to me based on merit. The moment the producer says go, You ask questions. Mr. Fiaka ask questions. Nathan asks me questions, and I'm fumbling. I can't give out my best. At the end of the show, I am not coming back again.
Of course.
So you've got to understand that when given the opportunity, you have a job to perform, and you've got to give out your best, because it is your best that will give you another opportunity to keep coming back and back. You have to earn the paycheck, and the Black Stars players need no one to tell them exactly what to do. They are being paid to play football. They are being paid to give results. Football is all about winning games. If you are not ready to give out your best or to win games, you are not supposed to come back. That is how come when results don't go well, they put the head of the national team handlers on the chopping board. You don't need to tell me that Inaki Williams doesn't know what is required of him. Antoine Semenyo knows his role in the Black Stars team. Their roles is to score goals. They are not supposed to go and be defending. We have defenders, we have midfielders, and for them, the caliber of chances that they've been missing in the World Cup qualifiers, they've been shambolic. They've been a disaster to the Black Stars. And I'm telling you, if not because of Jordan Ayew's goals and assists, this Black Stars team can't even back before they even bite anything. They'll be toothless. For Jordan, he has been Ghana's main man in the qualifiers. And anything that will happen good for us, Jordan needs to get on the ball more and get us those assists and score. Kudus has shown flashes of brilliance. He has given us the dynamic part of his game. And for us, all that we are asking for is be consistent throughout the whole 90 minutes and give us. Today, you know the Accra fans, they are not like Kumasi fans, they are not like Tamale fans. They expect a lot from you. The moment you don't start playing well, there will be patience enough for the first 20 minutes, and then they'll start going at you. And every single player in that Black Stars camp today knows that the atmosphere around the country is not the best based on what they gave in N'Djamena. They don't need you and I to motivate them or any ex-Black Star player. They need to create their own intrinsic motivation. You've got to step out there, play your best, and let us clap you off the pitch, because that is what Ghanaians will be looking out for. It's a huge game, and we can't afford to take our foot or our eye off the ball for even a split seconds.
Well, Blackgate said it's a huge game, and I'm sure everybody does know that it's a huge game. The numbers are filing in at the Accra Sports Stadium, and at 19 hours GMT, we will bring you live commentary on Sporty FM. Actually, 19:00 GMT, we will bring you live commentary. Oh man. Charlie, but we're just having a good time here. We're on the Sporty Drive. Today's a very special edition because it's all around the Ghana game. But Chad won Madagascar 0 as it stands. Any surprises there for you at all?
The scoreline between Chad and Madagascar. Oh, of course, big surprise there. And you say that there's some good coaching from Savoy there. He's gone into that team and in a very short space of time. I mean, I haven't watched the Chad national team play a lot of times, but I'm in Accra and in N'Djamena, and I'm looking at what they are doing. I don't know if Madagascar is playing the game in, but Chad to even in the first half, big surprise. Madagascar have had 2 yellow cards in the first half already. Chad with 2 shots on target already in the first half, and as things stand, Chad are doing Ghana a massive favor after taking 2 points off us. They are doing the same to Madagascar at this point in time. Madagascar, if things stay the way they are, they will have 13 points. Comoros are second with 15 points, and Ghana are still first with 16 points even before we start. But Immortal is celebrating here.
I don't.
Immortal,
we spoke about it. Chad is leading by 1 goal to 0.
Yes. Immortal is not celebrating because of you or Ghana. He's celebrating because of his investment.
His investment.
Investment, right? He keeps saying one up.
Yeah.
But what are the other games looking like? There are a few games in motion or in progress. What are they looking like, especially on the African continent, Eustace?
Currently is the Guinea versus Algeria is at halftime 0-0. Still mid there in Conakry. Yeah, Guinea-Bissau also against Djibouti 0-0 as it stands. Guinea-Bissau heavy favorites on that. Chad versus Madagascar away. Chad lead 1 goal to 0, and Liberia are in the long way against Malawi. They are leading their away side. Liberia leading Malawi by 1-0. What a game that is, because they move right above Namibia into second place in their group standings. You guys, is Uganda. I think they are really.
I mean, I saw them play in the Chan tournament. They look quite decent. They managed to get themselves into the second round, and that's where the journey ended. So I'm not surprised. I mean, Somalia, you can tell that they just don't have the quality to compete at this level. So I'm not surprised at all in terms of what's happening. I think Uganda will add a few more and get the points there. It's the Madagascar-Chad game that I find, well, I'm a little surprised, but on the other hand, I am not. We saw really good. Today they are behind. They are hoping that it will work for them. The Black Stars will look at that result and be very happy. Should it end like that, it creates it creates a 3-point cushion between Ghana and Madagascar ahead of tonight. And should Ghana win, that cushion is or that gap is widened, and then they try to figure out the rest of the qualifiers sometime in October. So we wait to see how the rest will play out. But very interesting scoreline as it stands. Chad beating Madagascar away from home, and they are leading by a 0-0.
Absolutely. So the group is looking pretty interesting now. Now the Black Stars only have one job, to beat Mali right here at the Accra Sports Stadium, and we'll take a lot more reactions. Blackgate is here. Kobe Perry is here as well. We'll get an opportunity to speak to some of the people that have come to the stadium to ask them what they think about the game going forward. So Kobe Perry is the man in the crowd. He's going to ask them what they are looking forward to seeing, especially in this particular game.
All right. So I have some fun reactions here. Sir, please, your name.
I'm Frank.
Okay, Frank. What is your expectation for this particular game?
Oh, we are all expecting Ghana to win. So, I mean, at least if we are able to win this game, the next game we can use the local boys to play, because this is so much important. Because of we drew with Chad, like we won that game. Like by this time, we will not be here having high.
Yes, of course. So you see, we are hoping to win. But with the kind of game they played in Chad, most of us are finding it difficult to say to 100% point out we are going to win.
Sure.
Because the Black Stars can disappoint you in the morning, afternoon, and evening. They can disappoint you at any time. But this particular game, I am expecting nothing than a 3 maximum points for Ghana Black Stars to move to 19 points and at least have a comfortable lead and on the table.
So there's some good news coming in from the Chad and Madagascar game. Chad is leading by a goal to nil in the first half. Do you think that helps the Ghanaian options of staying on top of this particular table?
You see, this kind of calculation, I don't want us to be doing this kind of calculation. Because the moment you start doing this calculation, it means these boys are going to play on their own destiny. And before we realize, then there's a draw here again. And we are moving to 17 points. Then these 2 games that will be left ahead, we are going to do this multiplication and subtraction and addition and this whole blah, 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 blah.
You're known for the calculations every time.
And we want to avoid that calculation, that's all. So the only thing is they should win this game for us to be free. Yes, because Ghana must qualify and we have to qualify. At all costs, Ghana must go to there.
It looks like you have some hopes of America, USA, Mexico.
Oh yes,
is your visa ready?
More than ready. More than ready, bro. You see, we are all trying to seek greener pastures, one way or the other, but at the right way. Not like, you see, sometimes I wouldn't go or I wouldn't travel in an...
Obviously.
It should be at the right way. So we are hoping Ghana should qualify, and then our documents will be genuine.
Obviously.
When I go and I feel like...
Safe passing. You don't want any trouble from Trump.
You see?
You want safe passing.
Safe. So Charlie, we are just hoping to see a very nice football with a game plan. That's what I'm hoping.
You want to see the Canes the coach's hands on the game. You want to see some systematic play from the Black Stars.
Sure.
What are your predictions?
I am predicting 3-1 for Ghana.
Anytime goal scorers.
Kudus, possibly Pate if he starts.
Yes.
Pate, and then Antoine Semenyo.
All right, so Kudus, Antoine Semenyo, and Pate on the goal scoring sheets for the Black Stars. Sir, anytime goal scorers for you?
I'm expecting Semenyo, Inaki Williams, and Jordan Ayew to give us the lead.
Ghana qualifies.
Yes.
It's the meaning we are lucky.
Yes. No, it's not about liking.
% on this team is something that we can take into the World Cup and hope for qualifying from our group stages into the knockout.
So first 15 minutes, what do you expect the guys to do? It's something that you must also do. The second 15 minutes, what should they do? Then the third, which is the first quarter of the game, what do they do? That is what you must put into practice. And with that plan, we can go very far. And I see the potentials of the guys. So going forward into the qualifiers itself, I know the boys will deliver. But we need to feel the coach impact on the boys.
Thank you very much, sir.
In fact, we have to declare as a country, the Black Stars currently don't have a coach. Let's be bold enough to let the FA know that I don't know the kind of interest that they still have in this coach. We need a tactical coach, someone who can read the game, change the game by 1 or 2 substitutions, and then you see his hand on the game. Yes, but we are not seeing it. For how long should we wait for Otto? Is he now learning? Is Otto now learning coaching or what? I think he's good in scouting. So the FA should rather focus on putting him in the scouting aspect. He should be the chief of scouts for Ghana, and then find a better coach. Because with this game, I am just praying. I am praying.
No, I support my brother in a way, but when you look at the
when you are doing bets,
no,
meaning you are trying to be.
When
you are doing bets,
no,
one way or the other, you know the problem,
no,
and you don't want to say it.
No,
you want to be a hypocrite.
It's not like that.
Let's be fair. We don't have a coach.
No.
That's all.
No. The bet. You see, a coach focus is on where the game is, the ball is.
And for how many games must he focus?
No,
and even with his focus, tell me, are you seeing the changes that he does? Does the changes have good implications on the game or not? How many games now? He's been with the team for almost 3 years now. Am I not lying?
No,
he's been with the team for almost 3 years now.
Yes, you are
so
right.
for how long must we wait for Addo to qualify to be a standard coach before we?
That is why I'm saying.
So he must be sacked.
Where the ball is, that is why the focus of the
boys
coach
are
is.
qualified.
So the technical
the World Cup by themselves.
No, the assistant coaches.
Not by the coach.
The assistant coaches must also play their part. Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
So he's saying that the technical system of the coach is not being evident enough on the team. So he thinks that even if we qualify, it will not be because of the tactical prowess of Otto, but rather for the players. Yes. Right?
And I'm saying that where the ball is, that is where the focus of the coach. It depends on the to advise that they monitor the game more than the coach. As they sit back, they more than the coach. They have to tell the coaches and this and that is wrong. This is what the problem is. They have to. But when Otto look back, there is no technical or assistant coach that he can take an advice from.
But I can also argue that Otto is also part of the technical team.
Yes, that's why I'm telling you that where the ball is.
He's even
So
the head of the
you
technical
are saying we should blame John Pencil and
we shouldn't blame. I'm saying where the ball is at the game of play.
Let me give you this.
That is why the focus of the coach is. It takes the assistant coaches to what? Also monitor the game and advise him.
Let me lay this simple emphasis for you.
Let's take it one by one.
Yes.
You're having a very, very cogent argument.
Yes.
I want to understand all your standpoints, right? So you are saying that regardless of how this game turns out, or regardless of how Ghana qualifies, right? You don't think it will be because of the tactical prowess of Otto Addo? It is not him. It would be because of the individual brilliance of the fight. All right. And you are saying, whatever happens, so far as he's the coach, and you know that football games are won 70% from the tactical bench, he would have to be giving credit to Otto Addo for qualifying us, right?
Yes, because without him, the players cannot do what they are doing on the field.
All right.
Yes, you are born with the talent, but
Okay.
it takes the coach development and plan for you to do what's right on the field.
All right.
You cannot go and play your man.
I want to ask you a question. Do you think that Otto Addo has really developed this particular Black Star set of players?
No, they are not yet. They are not now developing in football.
Then it means you are speaking for him because
I'm not speaking for him.
All right.
I'm saying no matter how intelligent he is,
Yes.
he still needs the teachers help
All right.
in teaching.
Okay.
And when they fail, they say the teacher is not teaching well.
Yes.
But when they pass, the student is brilliant.
Okay.
That is the problem we are facing. The coach impact, though not 100% fails.
Okay.
But 30% we are seeing it.
Yes,
And the 70 I said earlier on,
All
the
right.
70 is on the players.
All right.
They must dedicate themselves, commit themselves, and sacrifice for the country.
All right. So do you think that they should improve the technical bench of Otto Addo?
Yes, that is a problem we are having, because excuse me to say, John Pencil deserves not to be an assistant coach.
Wow.
Yes, we based on what criteria was he taken out as an assistant to Otto Addo? Otto Addo's level compared to Stephen Appiah. Wait, Otto Addo's level compared to Stephen.
All right. So
there's nothing he can take from John Pencil as an advice.
Listen. You are saying Otto Addo is having a 30% hand on the team.
Yes.
Meaning it's average. It's below belt. Now, let me lay this simple emphasis for you. These boys are most of them are elite players.
Very much so.
It's fact.
Very much so. They are very,
Most
very
of them
elite
are
players.
elite players.
Yes, elite
Now,
players.
For how long has Xavi Alonso take over Real Madrid? But you can see He's trying to implement something.
A system of play. You can see his identity.
A system.
Identity on the team.
Pressing, passing the ball, controlling the game for 90 minutes.
There's a particular pattern that they play in.
Thank you. No, we've given this team to Addo for almost 3 years now. Can you identify the Black Stars? Can you identify them in a certain way of playing? Can you?
Unfortunately,
Obviously,
I can't do
Nobody
that.
can identify that.
Let me tell my brother that he cannot compare.
Listen, I am coming. This is the national team. This is not a Premier League team. It is the national team. It is you and I, our tax, that is being used to, pay everything.
Yes.
So if it must be done, it must be done well.
Yes.
And we need a coach who has this technical brain, who can change the style of Black Stars, how they play, and then when we come like this, Charlie, you'll be happy.
Obviously.
I remember those days when you come and Sule Muntari, Michael Essien, them are playing. You can see.
You can see.
At least it is far better than today.
All right.
Because of the coach, the boys. Some of people may say, "Oh, they are not tactically disciplined. They are not committed."
All right.
The moment we will have a good coach,
These
boys will be committed to the Black Stars.
On that note, are you saying that if we have the chance to take a new coach, even if we qualify for the World Cup, right? Some calls have come through that we should go back for Kwesi Appiah, Maile. Do you think that's a good plan?
With what Kwesi Appiah is doing currently with the Sudanese team,
Yes.
I think he'll even do better than what Otto Addo is doing.
Do you think he is the right choice? If we are letting Otto Addo go, do you think
But
going
what
back?
he has done,
Yes.
and what he's doing currently with another nation,
And,
he's far better.
all right, sure. What about you? Do you think that Kwesi Appiah will be the right option if we are letting go of Otto Addo?
I don't think he will be the right person. He has been the head coach before.
Yes.
And we have seen what he has done.
Yes.
Yes. It is true that he's doing something well and better with Sudan.
Yeah.
But when Kwesi Appiah is given the Black Stars head coach job, there is nothing he will do again. The problem is, despite the coach's failure in tactics,
All right.
our players also lack leadership.
Okay.
When the coach is not getting it well,
Leadership.
on the field, he also apply some leadership.
Leadership on the field, and that's a Jordan and you problem you're talking
Yes,
about.
so we lack leadership. When you compare, you refer to Stephen
Pierre
Appiah
or Samoa Jan or
on the field, you feel the leadership.
or John Mensah even.
Yes, but here every player to what he wish or decided
Okay.
to
So
do.
individual play.
Yes, we don't have the leadership. So technically everything is on the wrong direction. Technically we got it wrong in all aspects,
Right.
from the head coach down to the field of play.
Right.
We got it wrong because there's no discipline at all.
Right.
That is what the problem is.
All right.
So Kwesi Appiah can come today,
All right.
still we will face the same problem.
Okay, sure. Thank you very much for your thoughts, sir. Thank you very much. Hello, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
I would like to know your expectations for this particular game, World Cup qualifier between Ghana and Mali. What are your expectations, sir?
Being a Ghanaian, I think we are expecting a. I think.
Hold the mic.
Being a Ghanaian, we are expecting a win.
All right.
But looking at our team, I think our worst should be draw.
Our West should be a draw.
Yes, you can't go. Now we will have a match with Central African Republic.
Yes.
And now the scoreline is 1-1.
Yes, between Chad and Madagascar. Chad, Madagascar just equalized.
Definitely they will score Chad.
Wow.
Chad is a repeat team in our
So
team.
we were hoping that Chad might do an upset against Madagascar.
I think you are one of the best mathematicians in your school. But when it comes
You
to
know,
the football,
Ghanaians and calculation. We are always in calculations.
it's no more like that.
Obviously.
And one thing that we should take our chances.
All right.
We can't be playing like how we were playing. And who matters?
Yes.
They make sure that Comoros will be coming here. We'll be
Yes.
going to Central Republic.
Central African
And
Republic.
definitely, if they win this match, they will not allow us to score them.
Obviously.
So obviously, we have to score today.
Okay, sure. Do you think that this game can be won in the first half?
It can be possible. If we want to win this game, the first half, we have to make sure we score 1 or 2 goals.
All right.
And then you relax to study the game.
And then
Because-
manage
yes,
the game.
while you are playing home, and anytime you don't score the first half, there will be pressure on you.
On you,
and then
obviously.
you end up doing mistakes.
Yes. All right.
Because second half, you end up doing, and then even the coach will end up doing mistakes because you will be forcing, the fans will be forcing you to make changes and the players and all that.
All right.
So I just pray that we don't have a team.
Yeah.
We have individual brilliance, but we don't have a team.
And what do you think that's the problem? What we have a lot of stars, a lot of giants, a lot of elite players who play in Europe, who play in some of the best leagues. Why don't you think at this point in time, over 2 years, we have not been able to curate a team that is formidable as the Black Stars of Ghana?
So first of all, they to create a team.
All right.
That's the first one.
All right.
The second one, I think the players should also understand that they are playing for the nation.
Okay.
And we all know that anytime you are comparing this team to my case, then we have a lot. Then we are not.
Then it means you don't think this crop of players are committed enough.
No. They are not committed at all. Be looking at how the players are. Even though the African terrain, our facilities, the kind of the weather and all that.
But I don't think the energy levels are the same. The way they play in their various teams and the way they play for the nation is not. The energy levels are different. Right?
And then they are playing as a team. Because don't forget, the club, they train together for a longer time. And this is the team I think the coach is building. So I don't think we have a team for now. It will take us about 4 years to have a team.
Wow.
Yes.
Do you think that if the Black Stars eventually qualify for this particular World Cup, Otto should still be in the helm of affairs to take us into the World Cup again?
I don't think so. I think Otto, if he qualify our team, we should find someone who is capable of handling a team at the highest level. Otto, I think, should moment and then qualifying Ghanaians to the World Cup. But when it comes, I think Otto is not there. Do
you have any prospective coach in mind? If we let Otto go, any prospective coach?
Jose Mourinho is free now.
Wow.
so we can do Jose Mourinho. Wow. Jose Mourinho is free now, and
that's if he's willing to take a national team.
Yes, and looking at our friendship with him.
All right.
I mean, my case and all that, and he has been here before.
Yes.
I think that if we persuade him, he may come, or we can find a coach that.
Well, people might complain about the fees that we will be paying for that, because even people keep on mentioning how the estimated $50,000 that Otto takes every month.
But if you combine those following the team, if you combine their money, the $10,000, the bus fee of $50,000.
You say we should crop all of that and just give it to Mourinho.
Exactly. Getting someone better to handle the team for you.
Right.
Because if a fuel will cost $50,000, equally it can pay a better coach.
Yes, $5,000 of fuel is
it's $50,000.
Wow.
Because if you are playing this man, calculate 10 times 5,000 times 10. So
that's 10.
How many matches are you playing? So you have to do better.
I understand. You said. Thank you very much, sir. Sir, what are your predictions for this particular game?
2-0.
2-0.
Sure.
To Ghana, right?
Yeah.
All right. Anytime goal scorers.
Let's go by 2-0.
You can't predict the goal scorers, right? All right, sure. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. All right. Hello, sir. What is your expectation from Mali? I want to take that particular aspect from you. Do you think this is going to be an easy game?
Very, very difficult game. For me, Mali have been playing. Looking at their past 5 games, especially when they appointed the new coach.
New coach, yeah.
They have been playing fantastic well. In fact, they have been doing well. So I'm expecting very difficult game for Ghana. Looking at how we played poorly last week against Chad, and then looking at Mali, they are coming with a very new energy. I mean, a new coach. And the coach came in and started to build a new team.
All right.
Look at the performance of this guy, Mamadou Fofana from New Revolution of England. Even though he's playing the lower tier. But
the performance is
very fantastic.
Yeah.
He's unlike our players. The Semeyons, the Kudus, they are professional. They are playing in the league. So they see themselves as big stars. So when they come here, they come down here, I don't see the commitment. Their commitment level is very low.
Right.
But if you see the Malian side, they have the cohesion. Right. You could see the telepathy, the team play. We are doing the individualism. Right. So we depend on Kudus to do some magic. First, they have a team.
All right.
So today, I am expecting a very difficult game for Ghana. And
do you think the Malians will be able to do one over the Black Stars of Ghana?
Well, if Mali win today, I will be not. I won't be. I will not be surprised. I'm expecting Mali to win today. I'm expecting them to win.
All right. You're expecting Mali to win today?
Of course, because I've been following them for the past 5 games.
All right.
And in their last 8 games, they've not lost.
Wow.
In the last 8 competitive games,
they have not lost,
and they've conceded just a goal.
Wow.
So
and they even have a backlog of they losing against us in their home.
Yes.
And so they have
so
sort of energy or revenge.
Immediately they lost that game, they sacked the coach. This coach from Belgium, he has been to Gambia, I think this is the 3rd African country he's coaching. So he knows the African terrain very well. I think Ghana contacted him.
Yes.
For the Black Stars job.
But
he applied. Otto didn't apply, but later they went away to pick Otto.
Well, that particular story is
another day.
It's for the house.
Like I said, I'm expecting Otto to go around for the game. Yes. The centre backs, our back 4, pressure will be on them. Yes. And we all know our goalkeeping situations. Yes. If you should concede too many shots on target, Mali will win the game. Chad got only 1 and they utilize it and score. So I'm expecting Otto to make sure he put, 2, like he played against Chad. He was playing 2 numbers.
So he should play the double pivots, right?
Double pivots to prevent the.
But you expect Partey to start in this particular game?
Partey and Kwesizibo should start for me. If you start Partey and Kwesizibo, I think Kwesizibo have that flair, that energy to show the defense. Right. Every defense is vulnerable. But if you have a proper number 6 who can protect the defense, a proper DM, the pressure will be a little bit down.
So that will allow Partey some freedom to move forward in transition.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kofi Hem. I'm so grateful. So at this point in time, we have to hand over to Mr. Kofi Fiaka, the General. The General, you can take us away.
Absolutely, thank you very much. Kobe Perry. We are still live right here at the Accra Sports Stadium, and the plot is thickening, so is the crowd. Joining me is the Mercurial Felix Romark, and I think the team have arrived at the stadium. We can hear the sirens blowing, and it's exactly a couple of hours to kick off. Felix Romark is here with us as well. Felix, there's been a lot of focus, especially as you can see, they hear the sirens. The teams have arrived. I think that is the Malian team that has arrived at the Accra Sports Stadium. The Black Stars will be arriving shortly. It's just a couple of hours to kick off. Very soon the Black Stars will arrive here at the Accra Sports Stadium. But you look at the 2 coaches. Same fate. I don't know if I pronounced it right. The Belgian was in the running for the Black Stars job. He applied, but he wasn't given the nod. Addo, the return of Addo, the second coming, sounds of our time, is here as well. You look at his record, and in Mali's last 8 games, they've not lost. In the process, they've conceded 1 goal. Watertight. And you look at Addo with a 33.3% win record. Comparing the 2, first of all, which of these managers do you think stands tall?
I think when it comes to experience, and you were talking about 33% win rate for Otto, that's 5 wins, 5 draws, and 5 losses in 15 games. But if you talk about experience, I don't think Otto comes close. A coach who has had a lot of experience, especially on the African continent. He's coached in Malawi, coached in Ivory Coast, he's coached in Nigeria for free stars. He's coached in Ethiopia. He's coached the Gambian team at the last AFCON. We saw what he did with the Gambian team, and we are seeing currently what he's doing with the Malian team. If we talk about the experience on the African terrain, and in fact, if we talk about experience coaching the national team, this is the first time Addo is coaching the national team. And in fact, it was given a first stint as a coach in the dugout when it comes to coaching a national team. So when you talk about experience, he comes nowhere near Stanford. But I think that I'm also not surprised because you know how the FA in Ghana, you know how things. You interview an experienced coach for almost 4 hours and decided that let's bin all our 15 criteria we came up with after trying to get a success for Chris Hilton. So it's not surprising that the FA decided to interview him and then decided not to give him the job. But he will be here with a lot of revenge on his mind. He wants to make a statement to the handlers of the national team that I would have been a better choice when you were searching for a successor for Chris Hughton. And probably this is a game that he will want to use that as a key indicator to why he is a better coach than Otto Addo. And for me, I think that he won't be under that pressure because already Mali are in a very difficult situation when they took over, but he has really developed the team. He's put in a lot of discipline in the team. He's been able to make them a very difficult team to beat. But aside that, also they are scoring a lot of goals. And coming to Accra, the pressure won't be on them because they know very well that, Ghana have the lead. They are playing at home. So he will be under no pressure to excel. And that is where it becomes very dangerous for Ghana. But for me, I think that he will come into this game in terms of coaching abilities. He will be favorite to at least get the needed results for the Malians in this game. But I want to believe that we have the men. I don't trust Otto Addo. I don't believe in Otto Addo. I don't think he's a very good coach. But I believe we have the materials that can walk onto the pitch right in front of us and know the importance of the game at hand. Know very well that it is a World Cup qualifier and they will do the needed thing by picking up the maximum to make our journey into the next World Cup a very smooth one.
Absolutely, yeah. So Felix Remark there was sharing his thoughts on the experience of the managers. Benghazi is here as well in his Ghana shirt and his beautiful jacket as per usual. And coat of arms.
He looks like a government official.
The man is called Benghazi, man. He's a very big man. But Benghazi, I mean, we're talking about both coaches. Otto Addo, since his return, has not really convinced us and given us the kind of confidence that you'd want in your coach. For a lot of people, it's been his tactical setup, his lack of reactionary awareness in games, etc. He's coming up against a very experienced Fox in this game. Do you think that will be his undoing, the fact that he doesn't have a lot of experience coming up against a coach like Saint Faith?
It will be a tough test for sure for Otto Addo. Coming up against a coach who knows what he's about, a coach who has seen it all on the continent, like you had Felix Remark indicates. This is a very experienced campaigner in Tom Saint Faith. He's been around Africa for a very long time, and so he knows his job and he knows how to go about things and to get results in such games. No wonder if you look at his record now with the Malians, we tell the story of how they have improved with the squad they have from the Malian side. So
we are still live. Go off. We are still live. But Nathan Crowell, I mean, these walks give these players an opportunity to test the pulse, know how important this particular day is. What do you think is running through their minds?
Well, I'm sure they are looking at the crowd. I'm sure they've looked at the Group I table. I'm sure they are following updates from the other games, and they are telling themselves that they have to get a result today, because you know, when you put everything down, it will be a good chunk of these guys, should Ghana make it to the World Cup. These are the players who will be representing the nation. These are the players who will get the chance to play at the highest level. And so they will be thinking about all of that, and they need to think about it. What it means for their careers, what it means for them as players, what it means for the fans. And they will have to try and come out, take all of this in, and try and use that to motivate.